Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name's Louise and this is Louise's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. So it's been 2 days since I landed back in Manchester from my trip abroad, 3 weeks away, 10 days in Malaysia, and the rest of the holiday, the remaining 2 weeks, was in Bangladesh. And before I went to Bangladesh, I did a wish list of plants that I was hoping to bring back. Now, I didn't complete that wish list, so but I've managed to get the top ones, the ones that I really wanted. And for those of you who follow my channel will probably have guessed what the top ones are. And I'm going to start off with, these are guavas. Very rare to get these type of guavas anywhere really. They're not widely grown throughout Asia in tropical environments where guavas are grown. So I'm very pleased that I managed to get these. I'll start off with the this is a variegated guava. And as I say, very unusual to get a variegated guava. I saw this on a website, a Bangladesh nursery had them, and I didn't pay any different because I got it from a different nursery. They're still, you know, at the similar price, but they're still not widely available in Bangladesh. Unusual to find there. So I'm very pleased that I managed to get this variegated guava. And if you've watched my video on the Akuria nursery, the first visit, I did two videos on the Akuria nursery. And the first one, at the end of the video, I showed this plant. Actually, I've got two, so let's get the other one. This is the other one. There were only 3 in the nursery, and I'm sorry I didn't buy the other one, because when I came back to collect these, I left them there at the nursery for 10 days to let them look after them and then package them or, you know, trim the root ball, etc., ready for transport. And the third one wasn't there. Had it been there, I would have asked them to add that to these 2. They only had the 3 from what I could tell. Yeah, so look at the foliage on that. And one of them had a little fruit attached. So at the end of that video, when I did a close-up of these, there's a close-up of the little variegated guava fruit on it. So these are what you call air layers. In Bangladesh, they call these gutti column. Gutti column means air layer, and column means graft, you know, a grafted one. So these are not grafted, these are air layers. Yeah. And these are a decent size to bring. So had all my plants been, the ones that I bought, been this size, I may have been able to bring more, because of the size and the volume of the root ball isn't as big and heavy. So yeah, weight is an issue. Had I bare rooted these may not have survived. So I have bare rooted plants before when I brought them over, and they've literally sort of failed, you know. So even with root trimming, you can get plants going into stress, and you know, if you trimming their roots, reducing the size of the root ball, that can also cause the plant to decline. But I'm hoping that these will stay strong, even if they lose the leaves. I'm hoping that they will grow back. So these two, very rare to find in the UK and in Asia. Variegated guavas, you don't normally see these at all. So I'll put those two down, and back here I've got these in a bucket because I didn't want them to dry out, but I've got two not variegated, sorry. These are purple or red guava. I'm going to make a mess of the floor because water's dripping everywhere because they're in a bucket. But let's take them out of the bucket, and this is a purple guava. I'll stand that next to me, and this is about 3 foot tall, and it's had to be cut because it wasn't flexible to bend to fit in the suitcase, so they had to cut it. I think this one's got a flower bud on it. I'm pretty sure I saw a flower bud on this one somewhere. Might have fallen off. There it is. You can see there, flower bud, but it might still fall off. So this is had about a foot taken off it. So if you watch the video where on the first visit to Akuria Nursery, I went to see these polypiera, they call them, or red purple guava, and there was a huge clump of these growing, and the majority of them were about 6.5 feet tall. They were towering above me. I'm only 5'1", so these were the shortest. So I said I need a smaller one. There's no way, you know, I could, because the root balls on the taller ones were much bigger. They were in much bigger sort of, they had these plastic bag type tubs. So it managed to find a couple that were around the 5 foot mark, about my height. And so, but even then, still, this one still had to be cut because the stems were very rigid. You know, there was no flexibility in it. And this one, as you can see, has got 3 stems. And little label attached is in Bengali. So if anyone can read Bengali, can say what that says. What probably says polypiera, and that's what they call these in Bangladesh. And look at the foliage, very sort of a deep colour, like a coppery, I would say more like a coppery colour. It's very similar to the one my last visit to Bangladesh. I saw a tree in my my husband's niece's rooftop garden, her dad's rooftop garden. They had a huge tree, and the colour of the leaves were very similar to this. I know there are different varieties, variants of purple or red guava, so I couldn't tell you what variant this is. That's one of them. Put that to the side, and then there's this one here. All of these are going to have to be repotted. They've been out of their natural environment for at least, what, 23rd? It's 23rd is when I took them from the nursery, and today it's the 28th. So it's been about 5 days. 5 days they've been out of their natural environment, so they are going to be stressed. They probably will lose all their leaves. This is the taller of the two. Stand that up there. And this is, if I stand up, it's about my height. So this one's about 5 foot. I'll push it back further. If I take it back further, you can see how tall. It's very bent over because it was tied into that shape. This one had a bit more flexibility, and it's not got as many it doesn't have as many stems. It's got younger branches here, but it's got this one singular stem, as opposed to, it's got a little branch going on here as well. The leaves look a little bit bedraggled because what they do is, as well as tying string around the root ball, which they've packed with cocoa peat, they use this string to wrap the leaves, so it forms a very sort of like a tube-like appearance. So, you know, it's the leaves are literally being squashed in like that. So they are looking a little bit tatty at the moment, but I'm hoping that the plant hasn't been put under too much stress, you know, that it will fail to thrive. So I'm going to repot all of these today. I'm only showing you the guavas today. I've got, in the grow tent, I've got 4 plants in the grow tent because they look the least happy at the moment. So I've repotted those, put them in the grow tent, and I'll check it on them tomorrow. Hopefully the warmth and the light in the grow tent will help them. Fingers crossed, you know, it's all I can do really. Is just hope that if these plants lose their leaves, that they will recover. Guavas typically do lose the leaves and they will regrow them, but imagine the stress that these have been under. They've had the root balls reduction, they've had the roots clipped as well, because some of them had sort of long protruding roots, which he trimmed. The guy, his name's Ataul, and he did a really good job though, you know, of reducing the root ball and packaging them. He did, you know, as I say, he was good at his job. I've got more plants to show you, so I'll do those in a separate video. Probably do 2 at a time. So all in all, I bought back I think 14, but they're all pairs, you know, so let's say 7 varieties of plants, but 14 in total. So please do give this video a thumbs up, give it a like, please subscribe if you haven't already. If you're interested in tropical plants, growing them in the UK, bringing them back if you've been abroad, and how to get them to acclimatise. I'm not an expert, you know, I try different things and hope that they work. So thank you very much for watching. Take care everyone. Bye bye.